Welcome, career investors, to a new career secret. This time I want to talk about networking and why networking is a career booster. So let me start with sharing the first part of this 3-part video. There's 3 secrets in it. In my ranking, this is the second most important career secret, and you need to use it in your career plan if you want to be successful. Believe me, there is very limited success without it. So why do I rank it so high? Why is it my second most important one? Because it works, and it helped me and hundreds of people I coached in their career development. Let me be bold saying that nearly every career is somehow built on that secret. Without it, there is no career. So you could end now the video here, as you got the most important information that networking is key and it will create results for you. But if you want to know more about how to network and what it means, watch the second part of the secret where I explain why networking is a career booster, and stay till the end of the video where I lift the third part of the secret and I show you how you build your career network circle in easy 5-step. A free step-by-step process I decide to share with my followers at the end of this video, which means you not only learn why networking is a career booster, you also will be able to transform what you learned into action. So your personal career network circle is something which helps you really to identify the right steps. So still stay till the end, follow the channel, as networking, and that's an important learning, is about give and take. So let's get into part 2. Why is networking a career booster? The reason for that is obvious. The decision for a promotion or for a next career step is not in our hands, or at least let's say it's taken by other people. Based on the situation, it is either a hiring manager, it's your boss, it is his boss, it's a VP, or a CEO of a company or the company owner. Sometimes a board of management, especially for executive management decisions, and a supervisory board for C-levels. In a lot of situations, it's a combination of these people in a kind of committee which holds the power to decide about a candidate's future. So let's sum it up. The decision power for a promotion or a job offer is out of your control. But this does not mean that you can't do anything here. You can, as the secret is to influence these decisions and really get the best out of it. Now you ask yourself, how can I do this? And let me share in details how this works. Promotion and job offers are based on the facts to find the best candidate. We all know that. And they are. But often people wonder why a candidate got selected, which obviously was not the strongest or the best. So what happened? It is very hard and often not practiced to be 100% unbiased and decide on pure facts and data. That's not how we as humans operate, as emotions and relationships playing an important role in our decisions. Knowing this, you need to use this to your advantage. Now think about a hiring or a promotion committee. Would it be beneficial if you had a positive relationship with these decision makers, or if you know one of them very well? The answer is absolutely yes. Believe me, I was in hundreds of these decisions, and relationship matters. People want to add their input to a decision. They want to voice their opinion, and what they do is to vote for the one they know. One with a positive relationship. Take a moment and put yourself in such a situation. Think about you are part of a hiring committee and there are 3 candidates. One candidate you know from a seminar, you both joined and connected for some days, the others are unknown to you. Guess what? The likelihood that your vote goes to the candidate you know is very high. Also, you don't know his skills and his work results in details. You will likely vote for him. Now, why is it that way? Because we all reflect on relationships and build on them. If you think these important decisions should be unbiased and the best qualified candidate should get a job, you are absolutely right. But hey, reality is different. Let's dive deeper. Why is a network so crucial for a successful career? Now, people in our network can open doors. They build valuable relationships. They help us to move up or create new opportunities. Now, whether you're a newbie or an experienced professional, you need to know the importance of networking. Active networking can be intimidating at first because you need to put effort in to reach and connect to people. But at the end, it is so beneficial that it will pay off in the long run, and that in various situations. Networking is crucial. It's an important part of building a successful career. This is why I named it a career booster. Having a network can lead to new opportunities, valuable insights, and long-lasting friendships. So it is important not only for your career. Now you will open up a whole new world of possibilities when you have a wide network of professional contacts. And you never know who knows someone who could help you in your situation or in your career. Now you can broaden your perspective and enhance your skill set by networking and learn from others and get exposure to different industries, companies, and also other leaders. So networking helps in building credibility, and it establishes trust with with clients, with other kind of leaders, or also with future employers. So when someone recommends you based on their positive experience working with you, it can go a long way in securing also future employments. Think about that. A professional network recommendation is the best business card you can have. Now, the most important first step is that you need to define and understand your networking goals and your objective. This step is crucial because it allows you to focus on your efforts and on the right connections and activities. Could be events, could be opportunities, but at the end, focus your energy on the right activity. In the next step, define your purpose. So define what you want to achieve through networking. This could include expanding your knowledge, finding new kind of opportunities, building a professional system around you, or climbing a corporate ladder. It could also be discovering potential kind of mentors. Very important. The next part brings me to know your target audience. Determine the types of people you want to connect with, such as professionals in a specific industry. You are looking for an expert to connect, or people with special skills, or individuals who share the same interest like you and a similar value system. Now here comes the value-based network circle in play. And I will update you about that in the next kind of minute. Now, mentoring is also a very important secret. So important that I created another secret video. It's called The Power of a Career Mentor. You will find the link in the description, and it will show up at the end of the video around the screen. So another question I got from a lot of my clients is, Udo, is social networking essential for my career? Now I come to the answer, but the definition, let us first look into The definition of a social network says it is a structure made up of individuals or organizations that are interconnected by one or more specific types of interdependency. It could be friendship, common interests, likes, relationships of beliefs or knowledge, or it could be prestige or other things. Now that is a definition, but for me it is an opportunity to connect with people and to share and learn from their experience. And building respect and trust is something which helps with a lot of things, and not only in your career. Now, people knowing how to use networks or influence others create an advantage for themselves and for others. The interesting part here is that this is available to everybody, and we can decide if we use it or not. Believe me, you need to use it, but before you use it, you need to invest into it. So you need to build connections, follow people, and reach out to build that network. And then people will follow you back and it will grow. Some influencers with millions of followers use this trust in a way to motivate their followers and then also to sell affiliated products to them or show them, which generates millions of revenues to them. So you see, networking is extremely powerful. Back to the questions, are social network important? A social network is important. It is a place to share information, ideas, and experience. And while doing so, you can build relationships also on social networks, not only in person. So it is, yes, it is important. Now, networking is often seen as a place for small talk, but it is what you make of it. It can be small talk, it can be sharing your family story, it can be sharing your vacation. But for me, it's all about sharing and learning and expanding and helping each other on a professional way. Now, I can say I'm proud of my networks of friends and followers and advisors, and I use it often. And for me, it's more giving than taking, which means I love to support others in my network. So, do you need to sign up for all these social networks? No, you don't. And don't do so, as you need also to invest time to keep it growing. Rather, focus on the important ones and the right ones. Now, there's a lot of social networks, but the most important one for a career development is LinkedIn. And it is a must to be professionally presented on LinkedIn. Sure, there are others like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. LinkedIn has over 950 million users from over 200 countries, with an increase of 50 million only in 1 year from 2023 to this year. Think about that. Now, LinkedIn launched in May 5th, 2003, and the platform is clearly focused on professional networking and career development. And it allows job seekers to post their CVs and employers to post jobs. And still today, it is the #1 professional network, and it grows more. This is why you need to be on it, and you need to be presented with your personal brand. So, why not starting to grow your LinkedIn today? Follow me, send me a PM, and with the message "Network is a career booster," I will follow you back. And you started to grow your LinkedIn and have a connection to me. So you find me on LinkedIn, the handle is in the description, and I see you there. Still not convinced? Let me share 2 stories that happened to me not long ago. As the global CIO for Daimler Financial Services, I decided in 2019-2020 to right-size our software development with stronger focus on apps and APIs, and this on a global scale. So after a successful board presentation and decisions, I was tasked to build digital solution centers in different locations around the world. Now, doing so, I needed skilled talents, more than we had in our organization. Reaching out to headhunters for hundreds of skilled people would cost millions, especially at that time where the demanding market for IT professional and talents was very difficult. Now I decided to use LinkedIn, and together with HR and my leadership team, we created job profile and market them on LinkedIn. We created kick-ass posts, and on our LinkedIn profiles, we reposted them in our own connection. The results were mind-blowing. We hired a lot of great talents in all the different locations around the world, and all while using LinkedIn connections and people in our network. Think about that. So let me share another story, which shows why relationships are very powerful. Several months ago, Max connected to me on LinkedIn and asked me how I'm doing and if I could help him as a coach with his career. So Max and I agreed to have an introduction career coaching session. And while we were talking, Max told me he wanted to explore career possibilities and was looking for a new challenge. I challenged Max around the fact, why not in your own company, in your current company? But Max was clearly open to look outside his current company, and he explained me why. He told me that there are missing opportunities to grow in his current role, and he does not see that this will change in the near future. Max was convinced that it will get worse, as the company is restructuring and will cut projects and jobs. He was promised the development for years, took extra tasks and projects, but now he sees that these promises and opportunities are fading away. Max saw the need and acted as he did not want to wait for 10 more years, and I fully agree, because waiting will not make any difference. And it will create a risk that Max will get stuck and forgotten. So I coached Max and gave him some assignments to polish first his LinkedIn profile and write a new resume based on his on a professional template. We worked together on it and we really tweaked it to the way it should be, very professional. I helped him to set up a fitting job search and connected Max to different people, including executive search firms. Now 2 months later, an executive search partner approached me with a great job on a global level and asked me if I knew somebody fitting. I looked at the job requirements in details and immediately Max came in my thoughts. I sent Max a message and minutes later he had the job posting with all the information at hand. I connected Max to the executive search partner, and after some screening, Max was invited to join an assessment. I helped him to prepare for that, and Max did an awesome job. And after that, he had several meetings with top executives in the company. Max finally got an exciting job offer, something which was really unbelievable, because they offered him also extra benefits like stock options, bonus payments, and paid for his relocation. And on top of that, Max was offered a salary which was much more than he expected and much more he could dream of. So I know this is a special case, and I know that it is something which is not every day there, but it shows again why your network is so important. These are 2 cases, and there are a lot more, which shows a network can be a career booster if used well. Now, your in-person network is as important as your online network. It is important to invest in your network as soon as possible. If you want to move up the career ladder at your company network is critical. But how do I build my network? This brings me to the value offering network approach. From my point of view, one of the best network practices I have experienced and more or less observed over the years. So what is value offering networking? This approach focuses on offering values to others before expecting anything in return. Think about that. This video is a great example as I share my experience with you and I create value for you, how you can improve networking for your career, how a network can boost your career. And this is, from my point, for free. I don't want anything for that. I would love if you subscribe, but it's for free. In summary, the best networking practice is to focus on building a genuine relationship by offering for somebody else some value, something which helps him, before expecting anything in return. This approach creates trust and finally leads to long-lasting, beneficial connections. So, this brings me to the third part of our secret area here. Create your career network circle. First of all, thank you for staying with me. That's a longer video. And as I promised, here's the third part of the secret. How to create a career network circle. This easy but very effective tool helps you to check on your current network connections and, to be concrete, to identify where you have to focus and where you put your energy on while building the right network to be successful. Now, let's use an example of John. He's a software developer and John wants to progress forward. And his dream is to become a team lead, leading a group of software developers like he is. So John is flexible, and as his company has several teams, he wants to be open as possible to increase his chances for getting that kind of first management level and leading a team of developers. So after a coaching session, I introduced the career network circle to John and gave him the task to create this network circle for his next career step. Now we will use John's example together and create one in this next couple of minutes. So let's draw a small circle in the center of a piece of paper or on the screen and put your name into it. In our example, we put John Doe in our circle. We add a headline with the network goal on top of the screen or the paper. In our example with John, it's team lead for software development. Now we put three circles around John, all in the same distance to each other. And it should look like this example here. For orientation, put labels on the circles. The first circle is called People with Direct Decision Power. The second circle is called People with Indirect Decision Power. And the third circle is called People with Influencing Power. So next, John thinks about the people in these circles, starting with people who have powers to help him in his dream job. Now in the space between him and the first circle, he places names of people with direct decision powers. In John's example, these are the hiring senior managers, which are John's future bosses for the role he applies for. As he has targeted several positions, he will add all the senior managers in the IT organization in this circle. If this is only one position you target, then at the end there's maybe one decision body in that circle, which is okay. So next, John asks himself who has indirect decision, and he knows the VP of the IT department, so the boss of the senior managers, will have an indirect decision power, as he will influence, or not influence, but he will be also indirectly decide about that candidate. The same as the HR IT business partner, so he placed these names in the second circle. Next, John is analyzing who has influencing power and can influence the decision. Now first in his mind, the first person in his mind is his mentor. He has a mentor, worked with him already a couple of months in the company, and his mentor knows him very well. And John thought about it would be great if he can influence that decision. So he put his name in the circle for the influencing decision. Next, he names the CIO, as he maybe has an opinion on promotions, and placed him in the circle. And after that, some business partners who are working together with the IT leads and the IT team. So they are influencing these decisions as well. And finally, he placed the VP of HR there, as the VP has an influencing kind of power. After having all names placed on the correct circle, John looked at it and asked himself, what kind of relationship and network does he has with each of the people on the circle, with each of the names? Now John used Harvey balls, which show the status of 0 to 100% in 5 steps. 0, 25 or a quarter, half, 50, 3/4, 75 or 100%. And these Harvey bars are filled based on their status. Now in the first iteration of the career network circle, John uses a 3/4, 75% filled circle for people knowing him personally very well. People with a relationship for some years which are built on trust, the highest level he can have. These 75% circles will be used for these people. Do not use a full filled circle, as we come to that in a second. The next, John uses a 50% Harvey ball, half filled, for people where he knows them by name and he had a work relationship, and that's already established. But it's not more than that. So that's a 50% circle. And then in the next step, John looks for all the people on the circle where he maybe talked to, not really have a relationship established, but they know him and he knows them, and he gave them a 25%. Now for all the others where John has no connection and not talked to them, he uses 0% unfilled Harvey ball. Now John's career network circle is finished, and the real work will start, as everything till now was preparation. Now for all people with a 75 filled Harvey ball, John will reach out to them and he will transform them into a supporter. How does he do that? Now he knows them, so he sends an email, asks for a lunch or whatever makes sense to get a personal meeting. Important is the meeting has to be personal. John will share his career plan and he will ask them to, he more or less tells them that he wants to become a team lead in software development and ask them for feedback and what they would recommend. And based on that, if it's not negative, he will use them to support his journey in a way that he asks them directly, please support me on my journey, on my personal development. Now this creates a strong bond from a relationship you already have. Now this person knows you want a job, you are really demanding on it, you work hard, you're a strong candidate, and who knows, you maybe got your first vote from one of the decision bodies, hopefully. Now after doing so, you fill the Harvey balls for that person to 100%, a full filled ball. Great job done. To lift someone from 50% to 75 or then to 100, it's more effort. You first need to build the connection, rebuild it, and here you can use value offering networking approach I explained before. Think about what is there you can share or give away with anybody where you can create value. Sometimes this doesn't work, then you reach out to them and build a so-called cold connection. Reach out to them and then introduce yourself and starting to connect. Same for people you don't have a network. Reach out, introduce yourself, get more or less all the information ready which makes value to them, and think about topics you want to share where the interest is maybe similar, work relationship, work processes, projects. Often a crosstalk is the first step of building a relationship, which you can grow then with the circles up to 100%. Now, if you want to learn more how to build relationships, please visit un1010.com, either our online course catalog or our blog section. Now, I see you in the next lesson or on LinkedIn, where we now connected, and I wish you happy networking. Take care. Thank you.